All right, welcome, folks. My name is Matt, and this is
Daniel over here.
yeah, we are. This is Shoponomics, and we are from eMarketed. And each week we go through DTC websites, and today we're going through Allbirds. So let's jump in. For those of you who don't know, Allbirds is a shoe, and it's I'd say over the last 5-6 years, definitely kind of come on the market and is very popular. I have a pair of Allbirds. Daniel, do you have any?
I have never heard of it.
Okay, never heard of it. Okay.
Nope, new brand.
New brand, nice. Well, let's jump in. First thoughts, Daniel, on the homepage.
Didn't I mean just the first feeling of it, it doesn't stand out to me. Just this there's it doesn't strike me. It doesn't call to me. Nothing nothing about the layout or the design seems unique. Or the images or the product. Like my first impression is just kind of like meh, you know, overall.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, one of the things that I kind of stuck out to me was we've talked about this several times now, but oftentimes companies will have a big hero image and they'll have several kind of sliding through to kind of feature all their popular brands. But so far, I think they've all been pretty static and just kind of highlighting one brand, one product. So I like that.
Hmm.
As far as the shoe goes, yeah, it's a cool image. I'm kind of wondering like what is underneath it. What's it? Is
Yeah, it's
some kind
stepping on
of
styrofoam. What is that? It looks like it's coming out of.
yeah.
Is that recycled material? Is that what that is? It's showing
Yep.
the shoe kind of like being born out of the um recycled material. Is kind of what it seems.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, the two pictures that I mean, it's just interesting that they've kind of taken this approach. Um, with the two pictures. I mean, I get it. It's like they're really trying to focus on. We have running shoes as well as comfort
Yeah.
shoes, but yeah, those two pictures. I mean, I like the one on the right with the lady better than the other one.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, they're not like that impressive. More bounce, less ounce. So I don't know. I feel like that could be better as well. And then yeah, we've got some buttons there, kind of the same color as what we see on the rest of the
Yeah.
site. So typically we suggest having a different color that's not used elsewhere on the site to kind of
Yeah.
really call your eye to that button. And then we have the green bar at the top, which I do like, and it does catch your attention. But I typically, when we have a bar like that on sites that we work on, I like to, give the user an option to close it out. So, as you scroll throughout the site, you're going to see that this bar is just kind of constant. So, yeah, let's scroll down the page
Yeah.
a little.
Actually, one of the things that I noticed when looking at the homepage hero is that it not only is it responsive, left and right, but it also is a little bit responsive up and down as well. So that was something like the button and the headline text down here at the bottom. Um, like sometimes that would just stay in place and disappear if you shrink the page height.
Okay,
But
interesting.
but here it stays a consistent distance from the bottom.
Mm,
Um, which is nice, which means on smaller devices, not necessarily phones, but like maybe a small laptop or something, the
mm.
uh, the buttons are going to be, everything is going to be still be kind of visible right there in the bottom left hand corner. Um, so anyway, that was one thing I noticed just immediately when I was resizing my screen.
Yep.
So we have nice categories here underneath every day. Then we've got running and we've got lounging shoes. Everything is clear. Like if I have a particular type of product that I'm shopping for, um, I feel like that's an easy way um, you know, to navigate that.
Yep.
Although,
I'd say like,
although I,
if I was to offer like one suggestion just for these boxes, it'd be to have some kind of button or call out because it's like, we're switching categories, but I mean, most people would know to like click through, but I think a button that's some kind of button would work well for these as well.
yeah, I wonder what the difference is between everyday and for lounging. Or every day is that kind of like a work. I mean, these don't look like work or professional shoes, right? So anyway, I'm
Right.
just curious, like what the difference is between these two categories.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then we have lifestyle images down here below. Um, Not sure really what the purpose of it is. I mean, here we have shop men and shop women again. But just in general, like I'm not real sure what the intention is behind this block, other than to showcase some additional images and products.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have new arrivals down here on a slider. They went again, like you mentioned, the no button route. So it's strictly they're just showing off the product. If you want to dig in there, I imagine you just click on a product.
So no hover over effect either?
Not that I'm seeing. Nope.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the orange definitely strikes me here. And we have another lifestyle image. So at least this one is about a specific product, the Tree Dasher 2. But still, shop men, shop women. It's kind of generic.
Yeah, and that image too. It's I don't know. I mean, I feel like they got a little too artsy there with the emojis and the drawing, and it's like,
right.
I don't know. It looks a little amateur in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. We have more collections.
Collections.
Yeah. So how does this differ from we saw collections up here above, right? So this is kind of like favorite collections divided by purpose, I guess, and then down below we had collections, kind of running. So they have just kind of like all their collections here, but I don't really know what all of these mean. I mean, necessarily. All right, then we got some more artsy pics.
More artsy, yep.
Yeah. Now are the shoes this guy is wearing? Are these? I
mean, I imagine they would, but yeah, not clear.
So.
And now actually, this is where they kind of bring in that they're, eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Reversing climate change through better business. So that's a good title there.
Yep.
Our sustainable practices. Yep. So appealing to people. I feel like this is definitely eco-friendly brand. So I mean, I like that they have this on the homepage, and then some stories of kind of about their different
looks like blog posts,
eco-friendly practices. Yep.
Newsletter sign up.
Yeah, that newsletter sign up. I mean, that's definitely a big block. A lot of real estate on the homepage just for the sign up. So I don't.
Yeah, especially. Yep.
And this is another. I think this is fourth or fifth site. All the ones that we've done so far. Or no, last week did have a pop up. So 4 of the 5 big brands that we've looked at have not had a email pop up, which I found interesting. One fix that I would have for the bottom navigation is when I was rolling over the various navigation items, they don't change color or move or underline or anything. So it's
no indication other than
indication that you're on it, other than the mouse changing.
Pointer.
So
yeah, I mean, with all this real estate on the right side here, this in the footer, it seems like a pretty good place to add that newsletter sign up rather than where they have it above.
Yep.
Just seems like a little unbalanced here. We've got all the different kind of language or regional site links down here, but like just above that, there's a lot. It seems like there's an empty column here.
Yep.
And yeah, that could be newsletter, but maybe somebody wanted to make it bigger. Who knows?
Yeah. Let's jump into a product. Let's go to, I guess, maybe men, shoes. Okay.
I'm drawn to the orange.
Okay.
Yeah, so just opening up a product page here, we see, I wonder what the plus, what is this plus? We got a video when we hit the plus.
Yep. Oh, video.
Yeah. Yeah, so we see a product video here, walk through. Okay.
So yeah, I guess those 2 images where they're kind of artsy on top of another background, the purple background, it's not something you typically see, but I do like. I was on some other product early on Allbirds and saw just kind of product and nobody wearing the product. So I like this. I don't know if purple background is necessary for this page. I mean, it just looks kind of out of sorts.
Yeah, check
almost
this
like
out
they
too.
Threw this in kind of,
check this out. I'm on the picture on the left here.
Mm-hmm.
click the plus icon, and it shows the picture to the right.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah. So there's
and here,
there's a mirror.
that's what happened. That's what happened here when I clicked here. I clicked this picture,
Yep.
and then that showed the video, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Yeah.
like
So they've got
it's
some.
targeting it's targeting the image to after rather than the one
Oh,
you're
okay.
clicking on. So again, if I click this one, it's probably going to show it from the top. Yeah. So that's a little bug on the site.
Yeah, we'll send this over to Allbirds after and
We get a bug bounty.
bug bounty. Yep.
All right. They've
I like the
got
highlights block. I'm seeing that more and more. Just kind of boom. Here's some highlights of this product, so that's good. So,
yeah,
and then the details is
yeah.
expanded on page load. So I like that. And then the other ones are closed. So if I want to see more, I can open up those ones. So that I feel like that works
Yeah.
well.
One of the things I would say, just with their use of color here, is that they went with gray background with this. And like when you said highlights, but I had no idea where it was. Like, I mean, I'm
Mm.
looking around the page for highlights and I'm not seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like on some sites that only have a few colors, maybe black and white or a gray, like I feel like other brands that we've looked at have done better with the same number of colors, just in using them to highlight important aspects.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And anyway, for me, this highlights just disappeared. Like I didn't
Okay.
quite
Yep.
see it. So,
One thing I noticed too, which kind of threw me off guard, scroll up a little bit. So they've got the free 2-day shipping, which I like, and returns, but they introduce a name that I'm not familiar with called ShopRunner. So, and I
mhm.
don't think you can click that. You can go learn more, but so yeah, it's like ShopRunner. Is that like third party, another company that you're going to be working with? So yeah, I feel like that
Yeah,
might
yeah.
scare
Are
people
they
away. Like,
related to Allbirds? Yeah, we don't know.
yeah, we don't know. So yeah, I would definitely try to stay away from adding third party company if you can.
Yeah, I know.
And there's
Like
also a little
you'll
sign
see.
in. So it's like, do I have to sign in there before to be able to, use ShopRunner? Do I need like two different sign ins, one for Allbirds, one for ShopRunner?
There are payment deferral third parties that you see pretty often near the add to cart button, like pay later.
Pay later. Yep.
Uh, yeah, that kind of thing. Here, I'm not seeing that, but we see a new like shop runner or something new that we're not used to. They have their also consider is pretty small. I mean, they have another block down below. Um, but here they're showing some socks that might go with these. If you're a socks with sandals type of person.
Ooh, no
Um,
way. Not me.
um, but down below we see the more traditional, like frequently viewed together, other shoes,
Yeah, it's kind
sandals,
of
and
growing on
some
me, even without the button. I
socks.
do like that it's got the drop shadow underneath it. So I mean, I feel like those products
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, it
pops.
pops out a little bit. Yep. Yeah. Here we
And then yeah, more
see
information on the product,
infographic. Yep, and shows some
recently
other shoes
viewed.
that I've looked at. Yep.
And
And
then
here
down
we
here, so
see
our
the sign up.
footers. Yeah, so this is like, I mean, I get it. We're gonna have a different footer on some of the sub pages, but this like almost looks like they're just like, let's throw the email up here. This could go on the right section, you know?
Yeah, yeah, like they couldn't figure out how to get it over in the right column or something.
Yeah.
I do see that I didn't notice the chat box on the homepage. I might have just overlooked it, but I do. This is a very subtle down here at the bottom. Do you even see it, like the chat?
Yeah, I see it, but you're right. I didn't notice it either. So yeah, I would make that orange like the sandals.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah. So we see the chat. The chat's here. So not sure what service they're using for that. Maybe we'll find out later. But we see that that's there. It's just super subtle. I mean, it does pop a little more on the white background.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, Yeah. So one of the things I looked at, and which we haven't done on one of these episodes yet, is um, looking at the titles, page titles, and the heading tags in the rendered code on the page. So and you can't see my hover, right? When I'm hovering over the title. So let me just
Yeah, it's not showing.
let me go to source. All right, so you'll see a new screen here. And so what we're looking at now is the rendered code for the page that we're on. And so the browser that we're in right now, which is Google Chrome, takes this code and displays it in a way that you can interact with rather than just text. So here in the code, we won't have to look at it all, but we can see the page title is called Sugar Sliders Sustainable Unisex Slides by Allbirds. So this is one of the, as far as SEO goes, the page title is a one key piece of your page data that is indexed by the search engines. And so for this particular product that we're on, sustainable, other than the product name, which is Sugar Sliders, the next line we see here is sustainable unit slide. So I don't know that slides is something that people search. I'm not really certain, but we can see what comes up. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, do a search for that. I know personally, I mean, it's a sandal for me. I've never heard the word slides literally until right now. So
yeah. Now we see
and not a
here.
lot
So
of
I did a
results either.
search. Yeah, not very many. It's not. I
78
feel like
results.
slides is not a term I've heard very often, or maybe even at all. But they do, because it's a fairly unique search term. They are coming up second organically for that term, and so I feel like that's a positive sign as far as the traffic that they're getting. As long as somebody knows to search for this particular term.
Yep.
So,
and so, yeah, so they're probably, the first two terms, if you go back to the code, are dynamic. I mean, it's probably all dynamic, but I mean, as far as like Sugar Sliders product name, they have Allbirds on the other side, which is the brand name. So those are two will be constant throughout. So yeah, sustainable. People aren't probably typing for sustainable either as far as product goes. Maybe some are, but yeah, I mean, you could probably throw in sandals or orange sandals, and that would probably pull up a lot more results.
Yeah, let me just do a quick search for the H1 tag just to see. Yeah, so on this specific page, it doesn't appear that anything's rendering as an H1 when I'm looking at the code here. So anyway, I don't want to bore people with that too much, but I do believe this term we're looking at up here, the product title, is rendered as an H1, and I can see in my code inspector that it is. So here, I'll put this at the bottom so we can see that. So the code is rendering as an H1 here. So that's a good sign. But that means that somebody would need to be searching for Sugar Sliders. All right. Wow. Is that what this thing is?
Oh, so it's spelling sugar glider.
So are you sure you want to search for? Yes, let's look for that instead. And here we see our sandal that we were interested in, and ham and turkey sliders.
Oh, lunchtime. Then yeah, look over on the other side. Obviously, the Sugar Sliders is an Allbird name. We've got that. I don't think I've seen that kind of shopping view before on the right side.
Yeah, that's a good. This is, I believe, this is pulling from the metadata on the website. So, yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, do we want to browse any other pages on the site? Check out anything else, or should we move on to tech stack?
Yeah, let's go real quick to What's rerun? So we've got our big nav at the top. We've got sustainability and then rerun.
Oh yeah.
Is that the
Let's
running
see what
category?
rerun
Or?
is. Get old favorites. So slightly imperfect shoes. So maybe a way to turn in old shoes and kind of trade them out
Got it.
for new ones. So a recycling endeavor, I would guess.
So that's interesting. So, I mean, obviously, people here for the first time, the main navigation is obviously you're going to put your most important pages, sections up there. Daniel and I are not regular Allbirds site visitors. So for us, like rerun is that what old episodes or TV?
Right.
So yeah, I'd probably, maybe call that something a little different.
Yeah, I
But
guess
yeah,
I
that is interesting.
wonder. Yeah, are these lightly used shoes? So interesting. Yeah. I almost wonder, and I mean, just and this is a subdomain, by the way, so we're looking at a subsite or a separate site from allbirds.com. But it almost seems like almost like an outlet type situation, like
Mm-hmm.
an outlet store.
Right. And maybe that'd be a good term, outlet, because that kind of has the familiarity of, maybe secondhand or discounted items. So all right, let's jump
Yep.
into the tech stack. So yeah, every
Cool.
week we peek under the hood, and there's bunch of different tools out on the market. This is one that we use called Built With. So you just go builtwith.com and then just pop in whatever website you're interested in, and bam, it lists like all the different marketing tools and technical things that are happening on the website. So pretty cool.
Yeah, and they're using a ton of analytics and tracking scripts on the site. I mean, in past episodes, we've seen a fair amount of these. Do notice here that there, like some of the more recent episodes, we've seen Google Analytics 4 is already implemented, and here it does not look like it is. So that's something they're going to have to get with before too long. I think before next summer. So.
Yep, and you can basically run kind of both analytics,
Yeah.
universal analytics, and for side by side. So that's what we're starting to get set up for our clients.
They are using a bug tracking widget apparently. So that's a nice thing to see. So they didn't catch the product image issue that we looked at yet, but they do have a tool internally that they use to kind of track bugs and progress on correcting them. So they're using Yotpo for reviews, which is a big player in that game. And here we see ShopRunner, which is the third party that we hadn't seen before.
Oh yeah,
So
yep.
that's listed here. This is a Shopify store. They're using Shopify Plus too, so they have a few extra features there. Using a CDN and a number of different payment options available. Pretty standard for Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
They're
I
using
like Venmo.
Contentful.
I don't know if I've ever bought something.
Yeah,
I use Venmo
yeah,
just to kind of send money to friends, but
yeah.
yeah, it'd be interesting to, if I was on the site and that was an option, on desktop
Yep.
or mobile. Maybe it's only an option on mobile, since Venmo
Right.
seems to be more of a mobile first use.
Yeah. You're using Contentful for the CMS, so that would indicate it's a headless, at least partially headless e-commerce setup with Shopify. So they, in that setup, use Shopify for your product catalog and maintaining your store, but the front end of the site that the customer interacts with is something else. And so Contentful is a CMS that's used in those cases pretty often. So, yeah, just a ton of. I mean, it's fairly standard. Compared to the other sites that we've looked at on these episodes, using React. So again, when you go with
This is the first Shopify site that we've looked at.
Is it really?
I think so.
Huh. Yeah, I don't recall. We've done a number of. using React. So again, that for the front end, JavaScript libraries like this is a common modern library that's used on a lot of front ends, but when you're pairing it with Shopify, it typically means a custom front end. On the advertising, we see only 2 DoubleClick and Facebook custom audiences. So I feel like this is a
usually
smaller.
usually we're seeing like 12 or 14 different plugins there. So that's interesting.
Yeah. I know. Like last week, we were looking at TikTok and things like that in the advertising stack. So this is a short list there on the advertising front.
Yep.
I feel like it's this tech stack is not the most complex we've seen, but it's still pretty robust. We did a speed test. I think some of the previous episodes we've used Google Page Speed Insights, and we've used GT Metrics. In this episode, we're using Pingdom to scan the site and give a page speed score. So plug in Allbirds.com here, and Pingdom's giving it a 68, so a D. The load time isn't that bad, 1:58.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Or
And the page
1:58,
size, I mean,
1.58.
the 3 megabytes. I mean, that's I'm
Yeah,
surprised that page
not that.
speed. That I'm surprised it's a D.
Yeah. So we can see here where they need improvement, or the DNS lookup. So I don't know anything about the allbirds.com domain, but it looks like there's some work that could be done there in that configuration to help speed up the routing of the requests. Here we see HTTP requests, compression, and expire. So these actually seem like fairly low-hanging fruit for them to address. I mean, when you're on Shopify, you have kind of limited access because that's a hosted platform. I know with Shopify Plus, you might have a little bit more leeway there, but yeah, I would think that they should be able to make some improvements fairly easily here for these Fs, and maybe that would bring them up to a B or even an A potentially.
Right.
I mean, all these other things, these A's and B's are the next most problematic things. So yeah, I mean,
as far as all the other ones we've looked at,
yeah.
this is definitely I would say the easiest one to fix.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's jump onto the ad library. So people that don't know, you can go to just Google Facebook ad library, and you can type in, whatever advertising you're looking into, or a product specific or category. And you can kind of find out what different advertisers are doing, what their creative looks like, and how long ads have been running. So we like to do this when we're running ads for some of our clients, look to see what kind of the competitors are doing and see what's working, what's not working. And let's jump in. I like that first one, the video you just were playing.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's a nice, like this is a
and there it is,
great video for social. I know. Yeah, it's a big one. And I mean, that's, I don't know. Is that the orange? Hold on here. Is that the?
I did see an orange in there at one point in the video.
Let me go back to that orange. I didn't see in that particular video though. The orange looked super muted. It didn't pop like it did on the site, unless I missed it.
Oh, there.
Yeah, that looks more like a muddy orange to me. It didn't. Maybe it's because it's underwater or something. See how this pops? This orange.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, this orange is.
And there's that background. Popped. Maybe they're trying to show with that purple background with the drops that like it's a waterproof, I guess. So with that purple, I guess to kind of better emphasize that it's waterproof, I would make the purple blue, because purple to me was just like I don't really get it.
Yeah, it's like
now
gasoline,
I understand it, seeing
water
the ad
or something. Yeah.
Right. And so these ads are good too. So they're not just, sometimes you want to show, depends where you're targeting in the marketing funnel, but if people have never been exposed to your brand, this is a great video where it's showing kind of some of the, it's popping out different product highlights, ultra soft straps, and endless comfort made from sugar. And so yeah, I like this video. It's fun to look at, and it's kind of popping out different highlights. So good video.
And here we just have a still image. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Still image over here of people running. And similar ads down here. Yeah, it looks like they just started running a few days ago. So
Okay.
these ads.
Yeah, probably getting ready for summer.
Memorial Day is coming up. Yeah.
Memorial Day. Yep.
Yeah, these are fairly standard product ads that you see.
Yep, and I think that's that shoe right there. The yellow one was what we saw, I think, on their homepage.
Yeah, I believe so. So that's their the one that they really wanted to highlight with that prime real estate on the homepage.
Yep. So yeah, good ads. I like how just they're using 2 lines of text above the ads. So I like that. Sometimes people will put, a little too much text. That makes it just, you can scan it and kind of pull out some keywords that are relevant to you.
Yep.
They start off with lightweight. So it looks like, for some of their ads. So definitely calling out some kind of product features right away to make, entice people to click through.
Yeah, these are good. Yeah, see how this orange pops in this ad here? But when we see the orange over here, it just looks like muddy, if you know what I mean. Like the color.
Maybe it's some kind of filter over the video,
yeah,
like some kind of overlay.
Yeah. I'm a bright orange type person.
Okay. I understand. I see. All right, let's go to let's take a look at some of their keywords. So yeah, we use a tool called SEMrush, and just kind of wanted to see where they're at with keywords. So just in the United States alone, they rank for 121,000 keywords. That's in the top 100 positions in Google. So you could see like back in, January 18, and who knows, maybe that's like, maybe the brand came out. Anyways, you could see the kind of the big jump, and then looks like around 19, and that might be, we go up to about 400,000. And then 600,000. So yeah, that's and that's
pretty steady. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's traffic right there. Yep. So yeah, big jump right there. And so that's traffic, 578,000 visits, estimating a month. So yeah, pretty impressive. We dove a little deeper into the keywords and found that just, in kind of quick glance, a lot of those keywords are brand specific. So you can see this chart here shows Allbirds shoes, Allbirds shoes. It's bird shoes. Daniel thinks that possibly some pet owners are maybe looking for shoes for their pets. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, we ranked these keywords right here. We've sorted them out by the most volume. So you can see over on the right side, 246,000. So their number one keyword as far as like driver of traffic is Allbirds, together, one word. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of big room for them to grow in the SEO front. If they just started targeting more kind of, non-branded specific keywords. So,
yep.
But big presence in organic for sure. So yeah, I think that's it. We're right around our half hour. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll post a link below. We are going to be doing this live on June 8th on LinkedIn. So we're going to be going through a site in live time, and you'll be able to jump on, ask questions, and yeah, so sign up. Link will be below. It's June 8th. And we'll be doing a site live audits. And yeah, again, this is Shoponomics. My name is Matt. This is Daniel. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.